Greetings everyone, we are the group 10 and in this video we are going to talk about knowledge-based and systems structure. What is knowledge-based systems? A knowledge-based system or KBS is a form of artificial intelligence or AI that aims to capture the knowledge of human experts to support decision making. So when we say knowledge-based system, we can think of an artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a theory and development of computer systems that can perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. Speech recognition, decision-making, visual perception, for example, are features of human intelligence that artificial intelligence may possess. An example of knowledge-based systems is the expert systems. Expert system is an interactive and reliable computer-based decision-making system which uses both facts and heuristics to solve complex decision-making problems. Expert system is considered at the highest level of human intelligence and expertise. The purpose of an expert system is to solve the most complex issues in a specific domain. The typical architecture of a knowledge-based system, which informs in a problem-solving method, includes a knowledge-based and an inference engine. The knowledge-based contains a collection of information in a given field, medical diagnosis for example. The inference engine deduces insights from the information housed in the knowledge base. Knowledge-based systems also include an interface through which users query the system and interact with it. A knowledge-based system may vary with respect to its problem-solving method or approach. Some systems encode expert knowledge as rules, are therefore referred to as rule-based systems. Another approach, case-based reasoning, substitutes cases for rules. Cases are essentially solutions to existing problems that a case-based system will attempt to apply to a new problem. The evolution of knowledge bases. The term knowledge base was first introduced in the 1970s to distinguish from a database. At that time, databases stored flat data, transactions, and large long-term data in computer code. By contrast, early knowledge bases aimed to provide structured knowledge that people could easily understand. This type of structured, codified information is also called an object model or ontological knowledge. The advent of the Internet changed knowledge bases considerably. It was no longer sufficient to store tables, small objects, and other straightforward computer-coded data in computer memory. Instead, the demand for hypertext and multimedia increased, which led to more complex knowledge bases. Today, knowledge-based systems use knowledge bases and are computer systems that aim to bridge the gaps between all the disparate types of knowledge that people want to access. Characteristics of knowledge-based system. People who possess specialized knowledge of a particular domain are called experts. This knowledge may take the form of a set rules or heuristics about how to deal with particular circumstances and problems. Expert knowledge can be embodied in a computer through techniques of knowledge acquisition, knowledge representation, and knowledge engineering. Common front-end features of a knowledge base. Although the concepts behind a knowledge base can be confusing, knowledge bases are usually straightforward in end-user practice. In fact, a useful knowledge bases should be constructed with the end user in mind, as the goal is to make knowledge easy to access and digest. In practice, the most common end user features of a knowledge base include the following. Search capability. This is a fundamental aspect of a knowledge base so that user can search and filter criteria until they find the desired answer. 24/7 support. Support must be staffed by humans or by artificial intelligence. Around-the-clock supports is especially useful for a product or troubleshooting page that users will likely visit the event of a problem. Frequently asked questions or FAQ. Pages are useful for topics that are easy to explain and don't require extensive technical supports for troubleshooting. Community support. For example, a comment or help section run by other users. Interactivity. You might create interactive features to properly identify the user's question or issue, or provide an interactive walkthrough for product-related questions. Permission levels. For internal knowledge bases, assign permissions for which employees can view, edit, and administer specific pages or functions. This is less of a concern for external knowledge bases, where users will likely never edit the information stored. Language translation. For maximum impact, make sure that both static knowledge pages and support is available in all languages that your customers use. Based on the above functions, it follows that knowledge bases can take the form of help desks, frequently asked question pages, search engines, or simply explanatory documentation like articles. Writing knowledge-based articles is one of the most basic ways to make technical knowledge digestible because everyone can understand written documentation. Knowledge-based articles can cover any topic that is easy to convert into written languages, so your knowledge base might contain several searchable articles on different topics. Regardless of the topic, a knowledge-based article generally follows a certain flow and includes specific types of information. Use the following checklist to ensure you add all the requisite details. Choose a title that users can find. Start with the problem. Add a table contents for longer articles. Intersperse links to related articles throughout the article. Use step-by-step directions. Break up content with headings. Use high-resolution images for task illustration. Provide additional information with boxes, infographics, and other distinct visual tools. Link to related articles at the end of your article. Because your knowledge base will likely store many different types of content, you'll also want to employ a management system. When dealing with smaller, less complex knowledge bases, you can track assets in your knowledge base via simple knowledge management tracker. Download the free Excel template to log, organize, and track the performance of your assets and overall knowledge base. Benefits of knowledge bases. As mentioned, companies can create a knowledge base for internal or external use. Internal knowledge base store all the expertise that exists within an organization and provide a way for employees to access and digest the stored information. By contrast, external knowledge bases are for the general public and are meant to increase general knowledge about the organization's product or service or a topic where they want to establish their expertise. External knowledge bases often take the form of an FAQ page or frequently asked questions page, a help desk, how-to articles, or other support features. An internal knowledge base provides an organization and its employees the following benefits: quick and consistent knowledge transfer, standardized problem-solving methods and answers, a reliable way to handle unstructured human knowledge, increased availability of expert knowledge to lower-level employees, community of collaboration and collective problem-solving, lowered training costs. In addition to those listed above, an external knowledge base provides an organization with the following additional benefits: satisfied customer demand for information, increased resolution rates, happier customers.
Okay, so to continue our topic, what is knowledge-based system in artificial intelligence? Since we talk about artificial intelligence, so knowledge-based system is also one of the techniques or one of the types of artificial intelligence. So as mentioned, artificial intelligence operate knowledge-based systems while humans create programs for humans. Machine language actually performs the search functions and solve problems that user pose. So since artificial intelligence man siya, so Kay bao naman ta unsay style sa artificial intelligence, like if ever question ang computer na answer. Nga na ang style niya. Since ang ang knowledge based system is gabase man siya sa knowledge sa mga experts. Then while humans create programs for humans, so of course gi-create man ta og programs para mo benefit nato as humans pod. Then ang machine or ang computer nga gigamit is maoy mo may mo execute sa mga gipang create na programs, or for example ga-search sa dana mo ni ang result. Nga na ang style sa knowledge based system. So within AI there are two types of systems, and knowledge based differs between the two. First is a knowledge based system uses explicit informations, words and symbols, and is more easily understood by humans. So example dana sa AI system is ang Google. So di ba naman siya gitawag og Google search engine sa Google Chrome. So mag-search ta na yung results sa mga possible answers, like if ever ma-search kag rifles. So gawas to ta na ang klaseng rifles ato. So since ang knowledge-based systems gagamit sila og mga words nga makasabot ta. So one of that word are the language, which is usually ang pinaka-basic dyan sa Google is ang English. Naman po Filipino language, na po classic language. So mangita dyan sa paagi na ang tao makasabot dyan sa katong program or sa specific system. So next is Computational Intelligence Systems or CI. Uses numerical implicit knowledge models and used for computing purposes. So isa sa example sa numerical nga pasabot din ni computational intelligence is ang binary, di ba? Kay pamanta nga number man is binary naman siya ang kaugalingon nga language. Kay di man makasabot ang computer jud og ato gadto siyang ipa-XA. As a programmer, kanana ay naka-experience pud sa program since computer science man ta, di ba nakahibaw man jud ta na ang atong program is dili jud siya nga naka-specific jud sa English. Gagamit ta compiler para maka-execute ang computer sa program na to nga atong gi-code sa atong mga commands. So mao ni ang gibasihan sa CI. Then implicit knowledge model, so mo to gagamit tag code, mo to ang gibasihan as rules para maka-answer sa mga questions or sa mga problems, makasolve sa mga problems. So how does a knowledge-based system solve problems? So knowledge-based systems are type of rule-based systems, which means knowledge is represented by and relies on coded rules. All information and decisions that the KBS makes follows coded rules. So, artificial intelligence doesn't mean na kapareha siya sa human brain. Na since ang human brain makadesisyon man jud ta if ever na ay scenario nga mahitabo. Di kapareha sa AI or artificial intelligence na ang mga specific solution dana nga problem or sa scenario, nagbase na siya sa gi-create or gi-code sa ijang program. Like, for example, kung LED light kintahay, na switch. Kung mo switch on ka, di ba usually ang LED light is musiga. Pero og wa naka-program nga inig-switch on nimo ang LED lights musiga, di jud na siya mo execute. Mao nang kinahanglan pa magbutang pa ka og kanana ay program or magbutang pa ka og kanay method na makapasiga sa usa ka LED lights once tuplo ko nimo ang switch on. So mao nay kalahian sa AI og sa human brain. So programmers created rules using simple if-then logic, which is known as a production rule. So kailangan naman tada if else condition no. May ongra siya, pero ang style is kanila man siya is ang if maoy jang condition, then maoy jang conclusion. So for example, specific problem. So kung kani jang condition, so mangita siya og conclusion, more mangita sa possible conclusion para mo tubag sa specific nga problem. Then the if statement is called antecedent, and the then statement is called consequent. So, word more sa consequence ba? If ever mo decision ka na consequences. Nga na ba mo rabag nga na? You can apply rules in KBS one of two ways: forward chaining and backward chaining. So forward chaining rules are applied iteratively whenever their conditions are met. The program searches until the antecedent is met, then concludes the consequence is also true. So since guys, turya matag if then nga technique or if then na solution, so since ang condition nga na mangita pa siya og ingana nga mangita pa siya specific nga conclusion. So kaprasa kung mabase na lang ta sa if else, di ba? If kani nga scenario, else kana. If ever pagkasadi na pagkasi if mura ba ka na bang na ay for example na usa ka specific na usa ka problem, then kita hay ang ijang condition is duwa sila nagmet, mangita pa na siya og laing solution nga makasinabot jud ang if og then nga conclusion. So mao nay forward chaining. Ang backward chaining rules are goal-based. The program starts with a list of goals, finds a consequent that meets these goals. From there, the system works backwards to find associated antecedent and determine if the data supports of the consequences. If it doesn't locate supporting data, the program performs process with a different consequence that meets the initial goals and continues until it exhausts every consequent branch. So, ang backward chaining naa sa giset na goals. So for example, ang isang giset na goals is short but reliable na solution sa mga problems. So for example, na scenario or problem nga niabot. So syempre, ang AI is mangita og solution. Mangita og solution danang ang problem. Naa may daghang klaseng solution. Na solution nga taas, long style, daghan ba nga words, then naapoy gamay ra nga words, then naapoy for example katong taas nga words is mao jud toy ijang answer, mao jud toy kasagar, mao jud toy ijang solution. Then katong naapoy nakita siya nga gamay ra nga words, short ra nga words, pero dili siya kana ay di siya ang ijang solution og ang specific isang problem is dili jud sila magka kung dili sila solution jud adto nga problem, then ana poy taas nga word nga di pud siya answer dadto nga problem, then na poy mubo na word na mautoy answer niya. Since gabasi man sa for example sa ato ang initial goal nga short but reliable solution, so syempre mangita siya og short nga words nga maupoy kaya na ay kasaligan jud dana nga solution dana nga problem. So mo na style sa backward chaining, mangita na siya until tanan na gajud nga mga giset nga mga solutions makuha niya para laman mo reflect sa ijang goal nga ijang gibasihan nga maoy answer sa katong specific nga problem. Then knowledge-based systems solve problems based on heuristics, a technique using cause and effect logic rather than algorithms. Since knowledge-based are supposed to stimulate human behaviors and problem solving, using heuristic is superior to algorithms, even though the logic may be less precise. So, kailan matawag sa itong heuristics? Diba? Heuristic search methods, like mga keywords, mga klase-klase nga style para laman mag-search din, diba? Naman ay mo result. So, nga na ang knowledge-based. Ang algorithms manggod is ang solution niya is gi-specific ang step by step. Mana bitong first is mao panibuhaton, then kanibuhaton, then makakuha na ka sa imong gi-search. Dili ka pareha sa koan, di ka pareha sa heuristics nga mao na imong gi-search, di arag solution diretso. Mao na ijang cause, pero mao na ijang effect. Nga na nga style niya. Nay kasagaran niya mao ijang answer pero di pa jud siya sure nga mao gazid na. Murag nga na nga style ang knowledge base nga mo solve og problem. So same so mao na sila, using heuristic is superior to algorithms kung magbase ta sa ato ang behavior. Di ba ang human brain is mo kalit ra man og hatag desisyon di ta makahanahon nag unsay consequence bahala na basta mo na nga na bitaw mura bag gibase pod nila ang AI sa ingana nga style sa kuan mo ning gitawa mo ning style sa knowledge base. Since their inception, creators of knowledge-based systems have experimented with many different types of programming styles. Techniques similar to object-oriented or OP, which focuses more on objects, data than logic and actions, allowed KBS to show relationships amongst their data. The use of classifiers granted developers the ability to simply make a statement and let the classifier deduce information from it. Rather than necessitate as statistic conclusive statements, the internet opened new doors for tagging, classifying, and leaking information online. This model is known as semantic web. Other themes in KBS development includes big data, data mining, data modeling, and machine learning. So, kailangan ta og unsa ng OOP. So, isa sa OOP nga programming language, di ba? Java. So, kung mag-create og method in order sa, di ba, main method, then method na pod nga imong gihimo, di ba, gawas man na ang imong bag-o na method sa imong main method. So, for example, kanang main method mo tawag sa kato nga method, di ba, maghimo pa man tag ay magkuan pa man tag object aron lamang matawag sa method. So, mo na ijang style pod sa KBS. Then kung mayingon po taog laing themes sa KBS development, of course, mag-include sa big data kay tana mga possible nga mga questions o possible nga mga answers na adat to dapat naka-code. For example, kung mayingon taog kato imuhang AI system is all about medicine. So, syempre, kada tanang klaseng medicine nakasuwat jud dito. I mean, naka-code jud dito nga kani siya para dani na kaning, for example, paracetamol para ni sa labadugo, para kananay mga mefenamic para ni sa mga ngut-ngut nga na alangan man og mag-search ka, magbutang ka galabada mo, then ang imong AI nihatag nimo og mefenamic lain man pod. So ang nga na ang base sa kuan sa knowledge base is kanabang naka-specific jud siya nga kani nga problem na sa specific answers. Dili ra kay isa ra pud ka answer napidaghan nagbase pud sa goal niya. So mo na style sa KBS. Of course mag-include sa dako nga data kay tanan mga possible nga mga questions ug answers na aman didto. Then data mining, of course mangita ka kana pangitaon jud niya to mga solutions adto. Then data modeling, mag-model pa ka. Then machine learning, of course, as kuan programmer na natural man jud na. Then ang computer na mo jud na ijang kaugaling yung machine code. Then kita pod gabase po tag compiler para laman maka-execute. So mao nang KBS. Next is knowledge based system architecture. First is interface. So kay ba na taon sa forma sa interface kasagaran, di ba, mamanay mga user-friendly nga style na makita nato sa mga icons, sa mga apps, makita nato na. Then, inference engine. So, mato, dato makita ang style ni dyan nga. Once mo search ka, na ay solution. For example, Jarvis, unsay tubag dani. So, mao ni, dana nga tubag sa Jarvis. Never ba nga na. The knowledge base. So, syempre, ang mga nahibawan sa mga experts in code na nila kay maunay maunay kanang mga encode nila ng kanang kitahay kana nga problem maunay solution yan na. Then unay mga solution sa mga daan na problems pwede na magamit nila as guide para na pud maka-create og laing para maka-create og much better solutions. Okay, so maunay style sa knowledge based system. So mao ni ang ijahang style sa arjang architecture. So, if ever galibog mo sa mong reporting, I mean, kanang kuwang paminon so kuwang pa jud or unsa ba jud asa mi gabase dani. So, mo ni ang mga links nga gigamit namo. So, I hope if ever nga napamoy mga questions or kuan napamoy kalibugan kani nga kuan right enjoy ang tanawon naara na adto tanan dana may gabase. So, that's all. Thank you for watching and have a great day.